Hi, I'm Amanda Basquil, and this is Here's a Thought. It's a space where we explore leadership in just a few minutes each week. Today's thought: not everything that feels urgent is. One of the challenges in complex organizations is that urgency can become the default setting. Emails are marked high priority, decisions feel time-bound, responses are expected quickly, even when the issue itself hasn't changed. Over time, urgency stops reflecting real need and starts becoming the general tone. When urgency becomes consistent, decision-making quietly shifts. Choices are made with less context and over shorter timeframes, not because leaders intend to rush, but because the environment itself begins to reward speed. In those conditions, urgency starts to shape behavior more than intention, narrowing how people think and respond, not due to lack of care or competence, but because the space for deliberation has thinned. Urgency has its place. There are moments when it is real and necessary. But when urgency is persistent, it becomes less about responsiveness and more about habit, a way of coping with complexity by accelerating through it. In environments shaped by ongoing change, that habit can intensify. The pressure to decide, respond, and move can feel relentless, even when the actual consequences of waiting are minimal. Leadership in these moments is not about slowing everything down. It's about restoring proportion and perspective. It's about distinguishing between what is time sensitive and what is simply unresolved, between what truly requires immediate attention and what would benefit from thought, consultation, or a pause. When urgency is recalibrated, people regain perspective. And with perspective comes steadiness. So rather than asking how to move faster, it may be worth pausing to ask something else. What have we labeled as urgent without examining why? Where might a pause improve the quality of a decision? And what would it look like to model discernment rather than speed as a leadership practice? If this gave you something to think about, feel free to share your reflections in the comments and give the video a like. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss next week's Here's a Thought. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.